The coronavirus disease 2019, or COVID-19, is a global disease that is caused by a kind of virus called coronavirus. The specific coronavirus responsible for COVID-19 is called Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Coronavirus 2, or SARS-CoV-2 in short, because it is very similar to the SARS disease that happened during 2002 to 2003. The coronavirus got its name from the Latin word corona, meaning crown or wreath, because it's shaped like a crown. Although there are medicines like dexamethasone that can help people recover from severe COVID-19 symptoms, there is no cure. So vaccines are being developed to prevent people from getting it. But what is vaccine? Vaccines are injections that imitate a disease or sickness so your body can learn to fight it beforehand. Getting vaccinated for COVID-19 will prevent you from getting sick with it. There are several types of vaccines that exist, and we will be focusing on the current latest vaccines Pfizer-BioNTech, Moderna, and Oxford-AstraZeneca have developed for COVID-19. Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna have developed a messenger RNA, or mRNA vaccine. mRNA vaccines are a new type of vaccine that makes our cells produce the protein from the virus to make our immune system learn to fight it. As the mRNA vaccine does not use the virus itself, it will not give anyone the disease. Unlike DNA that is double-stranded and contains our genetic materials, RNA is single-stranded and is responsible for making proteins. mRNA is a type of RNA that carries the blueprint to make proteins, and ribosome is the machine that reads and creates the protein from the mRNA. The vaccines Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna developed have completed Phase 3 clinical trial. Their Phase 3 clinical trials are randomized controlled trials, meaning thousands of participants across different countries are randomly given the vaccine or a placebo, which is a dummy vaccine that's harmless or has no effects, and the number of people getting COVID-19 in each group will be counted to determine the efficacy and safety. Pfizer-BioNTech had 43,661 participants across the United States, Germany, Turkey, South Africa, Brazil, and Argentina. They have recorded 162 COVID-19 cases in the placebo group and 8 cases in the vaccine group. The efficacy of their vaccine was consistent across age, gender, race and ethnicity, and the efficacy for their vaccine was 95%. Moderna had 30,000 participants in the United States, and they have recorded 185 COVID-19 cases in the placebo group and 11 cases in the vaccine group. The efficacy of their vaccine was consistent across age, gender, race and ethnicity, and the efficacy of their vaccine was 94.1%. This means that both vaccines can prevent COVID-19 symptoms in at least 94% of the people getting their vaccines. Pfizer-BioNTech's vaccine has to be kept at -70 degrees Celsius, while Moderna's vaccine has to be kept at -20 degrees Celsius. The difference between their storing temperature is due to the way their mRNA is packaged. mRNA breaks down easily, so keeping it frozen will slow down the breakdown. Once Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna's vaccines are approved, they will be the first mRNA vaccines to be licensed, and they will be creating a newer and faster way of vaccine development. Oxford-AstraZeneca has developed a viral vector vaccine. Viral vector vaccines use a weakened virus, in this case the adenovirus, to transport the genetic material of the disease-causing virus, the SARS-CoV-2, into our bodies, making our cells produce the virus's protein and our immune system to learn to fight it. The adenovirus was modified to not replicate, so it will not make us sick. Oxford-AstraZeneca has completed randomized controlled trial for their Phase 3 clinical trial, and they had 23,848 participants across the United Kingdom, Brazil, and South Africa. They have recorded 101 COVID-19 cases in the placebo group and 30 cases in the vaccine group. Oxford-AstraZeneca is running further trials in the United States, Japan, Kenya and India, and they're expecting up to 60,000 participants by the end of the year. The efficacy of their vaccine had an overall 70.4%, and the efficacy of the vaccine varies depending on the dose given. If half a dose was given first and then a full dose, the efficacy was 90%. If 2 full doses were given, the efficacy was 62%. Scientists at Oxford University and AstraZeneca are still researching why this is the case. Oxford-AstraZeneca's vaccine has to be kept at a fridge temperature between 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. Once their vaccine is approved, it will be the first adenovirus vector vaccine to be licensed, and it will provide a new approach to viral vector vaccines in the future. People that are at high risk of infection, like healthcare workers, older people, and people with underlying conditions that may lead to death, will be prioritized to get the vaccine first. This is a comparison of the COVID-19 vaccines mentioned in this video. It can be seen that Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna's vaccines have great efficacy, while Oxford-AstraZeneca's vaccine is lower. But if Oxford-AstraZeneca uses the 90% efficacy dosage instead of the 62%, their vaccine will also give 90% of the people getting their vaccine protection from COVID-19. Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna's vaccines have to be frozen to maintain its stability, while Oxford-AstraZeneca's vaccine can be stored at regular refrigerator temperature, so Oxford-AstraZeneca's vaccine can be distributed to everywhere in the world. The cost per dose is $3 to $4 for Oxford-AstraZeneca, $19 to $20 for Pfizer-BioNTech, and $25 to $37 for Moderna. Oxford-AstraZeneca's vaccine would be cost-effective for lower-income countries as it is the cheapest, and it only requires normal fridge temperature for transport and storage, while giving 90% of the people protection. Higher-income countries can consider getting Pfizer-BioNTech or Moderna's vaccine as they can afford the cost and infrastructure. However, details like how long will people be protected with each vaccine are yet to be published, and it is the government's decision to decide which to buy in the end. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I am Nianhua Wu, an undergraduate student currently working on my honors project. This video is a part of my project, and I would appreciate it if you would comment below your thoughts. Once again, thank you for giving your attention to this video.